Hi, my dear students. Let me hope all of you are well and good, safe and secure in the hands of God. Okay, today we can study the third lesson in the 10th standard English textbook, Lines Written in Early Spring. That's the third lesson in the first unit, Glimpses of Green. Lines written in early spring. From the title itself, we'll understand this is about spring season. What is spring season? That we have to know. Anyway, the poem Lines Written in Early Spring, it's written by the famous romantic poet William Wordsworth. Who is William Wordsworth? Famous romantic poet. Who is the romantic poet? Yes, romantic poets, one who loves nature, sees nature as God, finds pleasures in nature, gets happiness in nature, finds nature as God. William Wordsworth wrote many poems like Solitary Reaper, Daffodils, etc. Many of the poems have been written about nature. Lines written in early spring, the poet talks about spring season. You know, there are 4 seasons in English. What are they? They are spring, summer, winter and autumn season. What is summer season? Very hot and dry, warm. Then autumn season. In the autumn season, the leaves started to fall down. And winter season, foggy, snowy, cold season. Then comes the spring season. In the spring season, birds started to sing, leaves are coming up, there are many flowers in nature, then the small plants are sprouting out, rain will be there, and altogether nature will be happy. Many of the poets likes to write poems in spring season. നല്ലൊരു കാലഘട്ടം, പ്രകൃതിയെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം നല്ല പുഷ്പങ്ങളുള്ള, ബേർഡ്സ് പുറത്തിറങ്ങി പാട്ട് പാടാൻ തുടങ്ങുന്ന നല്ലൊരു കാലഘട്ടമാണ് സ്പ്രിംഗ് സീസൺ. സോ ലെറ്റ്സ് ഗോ ടു ദ പോം. Lines written in early spring. It's written by the famous, I told you, it's written by the famous romantic poet William Wordsworth. Please go through the poem. Lines written in early spring. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sate reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Though primrose turfs in that green bough, and the periwinkle trailed its wreaths. And this is my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The birds around me harped and played. Their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least emotion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. Yes, you please go through the notes, the lesson, the poem. Here, the poet, we can see that the leaves are mentioned, the sounds of nature are mentioned, birds singing are mentioned. So, just as we have told before, it is the spring season. സ്പ്രിംഗ് സീസൺ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് പ്രകൃതിയിലുള്ള എല്ലാം വളരെ ഹാപ്പിയാണ്, ജോയ്ഫുള്ളാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് the poet says that I am also happy when I will be in the nature. First stanza, let's go through. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined in that sweet music mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Here the poet was sitting in a grove. പോയറ്റ് പ്രകൃതിയിൽ ഒരു കാടിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു മരത്തിൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ the poet was sitting and he happened to hear thousands of sounds, music of nature, maybe from leaves, maybe from birds, maybe from some others. So the sound, he felt it was just like music. He enjoys that music. He has been enchanted with that music, with the music of nature. He was so happy at that time while he was sitting in a grove. Groveil irikumbam, he was so happy. And he was fully engaged in that, in the sounds of music in nature. വേറൊന്നും കാണാതെ കേൾക്കാതെ ആ ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷനിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ജോയ്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ്, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. I don't know, the poet says that in that sweet musical sounds, in that pleasant mood, the thoughts of sadness came into my mind. I don't know why that has come into my mind. I cannot imagine. I was so sad, but the nature was full of happy. I can feel each and every creatures are being happy at that moment. I told you, William Wordsworth, he finds the power of God in nature. Then the pleasant thoughts means this happiness of the creatures in nature. Here the poet says, I heard 1,000 blended notes. Blended notes means musical sounds of nature. I heard, ഞാനത് കേട്ടു. അവിടെ ഇങ്ങനെ ആ ഗ്രോവിൽ, ആ ഒരു വള്ളിക്കുടിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു കാട്ടിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമ്പം ഞാനത് കേൾക്കാനിടയായി. In that sweet mood, when pleasant thoughts, I was feeling that pleasant joy that brings sad thoughts to the mind. What was that sad thoughts that we can see in the next stanza? Then I sat reclined. Sat is the word means sat. Sat is the old form for using sit. Reclined means it's very comfortable. Comfortable sitting in that grove. Comfortably I was sitting in that grove. Then next stanza, let's go through. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Please go through this second stanza. To her fair works did nature link. To her fair works Ha indicates nature itself, our mother nature. To her favorite works, she is working. Nature is working and finds happiness and giving happiness to each and everyone. Nature means God itself. God, by the blessings of God, we can see happiness in nature. പ്രകൃതി ഇത്രയും സന്തോഷിക്കാൻ കാരണം പ്രകൃതിയാണ് ദൈവം. That link, the human soul that through me ran. I have the human soul that is running through me. So I am feeling that happiness. With the fair works of nature, I also feel happy. But the next line, in the first two lines he will be happy, but in the next line he says, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. When I am thinking that about human beings destruction, what man has made of man, what is man doing for man? Man is destroying man. The destruction of man, the cruelty of man towards nature and to himself, to the other human beings, maybe war, killing, everything. So when I am thinking about it, and much it grieved, that is when I will be thinking about what man has made of man, the destruction of man towards nature and man's cruelty towards other man, I will be grieved, I will be sad. We know that human beings are so powerful. He can construct and he can destroy. God has given the whole power, capabilities, tactics for human beings. But man, and to think that man will be responsible, he has to show his responsibility to nature and to the other human beings. But nowadays people are not like that. So here William Wordsworth is asking what man has made of man, what man is doing for man. When I am thinking about, I will be feeling sad. But on the other part, nature, when we are thinking about nature, nature is so perfect, and all the happiness, enjoyment we can see in nature. Then let's go to the next stanza. Through primrose turfs in that green bough, the periwinkle trailed its streets, and it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. Through primrose turfs. Yes, when we are going to the nature, we can see the cooperation, happiness and green boughs in nature. Through primrose turfs, primrose is a type of flower. Turfs, that is, there are a group of primrose. In the green bough, in the അതായത് പച്ച വള്ളിക്കുടലിൽ ഈ പ്രിംറോസ്, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths. Periwinkle is another flower. വേറൊരു ഫ്ലവറിൻ്റെ പേരാണ് periwinkle. Primrose is another name of a flower. Trailed its wreaths, followed its wreath. Wreath, you know? Yes, പുഷ്പചക്രം. ആ പുഷ്പചക്രം ഉണ്ടാക്കിയെടുത്ത ആ ഒരു നൈസ് സിറ്റുവേഷൻ, nice sight we can see in nature. And here the poet says that through primrose turfs in that green bower the periwinkle trailed its wreaths. So it is going one flower to the other, one plant to the other, അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ട് കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ടാണ് they are living in nature. All the creatures in nature are very cooperative. And it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. I am sure that every flower enjoys the air it breathes, enjoys nature. So, here the poet says that in this stanza, Each and every creatures on the earth, even plants, are happy. They are very cooperative. They are living happily in nature. But man may not be like that. So, these three stanzas you can go through once again, and we know that the importance of poem. When we get a poem, we have to know the poetic devices and figure of speech used in the poem. What type of a poem is this? It's a quatrains. This lines written in early spring. The poem is a quatrain. Quatrain means 4-line stanza, rhyming AB, AB. Rhyme scheme of this lines are AB, AB. And the poetic devices in this 3 stanzas used alliteration. What is alliteration? The poet has used alliteration in the stanza. What is alliteration? You know vowel sounds? Yes. A, E, I, O, U are vowel sounds. What are the other sounds in English? Yes. The other sounds are called as consonant sounds. Repetition of consonant sounds in English in the adjacent lines, in the adjacent words in a line of a poem is called as alliteration. So, the alliteration is used in this stanza. Then the other poetic device, personification. What is personification? Human qualities, human aspects are attributed to inanimate object. ജീവനില്ലാത്ത വസ്തുവിനോട് ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീയിങ്സിൻ്റെ മനുഷ്യരുടെ ക്വാളിറ്റീസിനെ താരതമ്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് എന്താവാം, ആട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് അത് പേഴ്സോണിഫിക്കേഷൻ ആവാം. Which line is mentioned here as personification? To her fair works did nature link. Her fair works, nature's fair works. Who is working? Human beings will work. Okay? So, fair works, good works of human beings are compared to, are attributed to the inanimate object, ജീവനില്ലാത്ത നേച്ചറിനോട് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്തപ്പം that has become personification. So, alliteration has been used, personification has been used. You have to write this alliteration and personification in your notebook. Then we have to go through, the poet has used imageries. What are the imageries used here? What are the imageries? What is meant by imagery? Visual image, auditory image, olfactory image, tactile image and gustatory image. 5 senses. 5 senses. നമ്മുടെ 5 സെൻസസിനെ ആസ്പദമാക്കിയിട്ടാണ് ഇമേജറി കണക്കാക്കുക. വിഷ്വൽ ഇമേജ്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് വിഷ്വൽ ഇമേജ്? വാട്ട് ഡു വി സീ? ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വിഷ്വൽ ഇമേജ്. നമ്മൾ കാണുന്ന ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റ് എന്താണോ ഈ ഒരു പോയത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റിന് ഒരു വിഷ്വലൈസേഷൻ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വിഷ്വൽ ഇമേജ്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ വിഷ്വൽ ഇമേജ് യൂസ് ഹിയർ ഇൻ ദിസ് സ്റ്റാൻസ? Bird is a visual image. Then grow is a visual image. Okay, so periwinkle, these are all visual images. Then auditory image. What is an auditory image? The auditory image, the sound image. What do we hear? That is the sound image. If we are hearing any sounds, I heard 1,000 blended notes. I heard 1,000 blended notes. That's an auditory image. Then next one, tactile image. What is a tactile image? the thing that we feel and touch and feel. That is tactile image. Visual image, auditory image, tactile image, olfactory image. Next one. Olfactory image, what do we smell? If anything is smelling, flowers smell or something else, that is olfactory image. The next one is gustatory image. What do we taste? Taste image. What do we feel in the tongue? That is gustatory image. So based on these 5 images, we have to find out from the poem. Whatever the poem will be, we have to find all these images first. That's very important. Then from these 3 stanzas, you have to find out the visual image, auditory image, then alliteration, personification, rhyme scheme and rhyming words. These are all you have to write for the next class. Critical appreciation is usually coming for the exam. So here is a nice appreciation for you. The lines written in early spring. You can copy down this. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.